look at common over-the-counter multivitamins you get, most of them will say you get 3,000% of your recommended daily allowance of whatever vitamin it is. It's not. That's how much is in there because you're barely going to absorb any of it. So they have to give you 3,000% of it.
Oh, right.
Because you'll absorb a fraction of that. And so knowing which supplements are worth taking and not, and knowing which are going to be good for you, first things first is make sure you optimize your diet. If you can get good quality food, you're going to get a lot of the nutrients that way. Using things for the micronutrients or minerals, so things like your sea salt and things like that. People go, avoid salt. I heard a guy last night talking when we were out, saying he had, yesterday afternoon, he was saying that he'd stopped taking salt, he stopped salt in his diet because of health reasons, and don't know the ins and outs of that, maybe he needs to, but there's certain, normal salt is just sodium chloride. Things like Baja Gold sea salt or Celtic sea salt have got 80 odd minerals in each one, so it may be you switch to that. Certain supplements, so certain things like vitamin D in the UK, as we know now, it's a nice day today, but most of the time we don't get enough sun, particularly in winter. NHS recently recommended that people supplement with vitamin D in the UK in winter.
Did, because that was quite controversial, wasn't it, around COVID time, that nobody wanted to make those recommendations because you can't just rely on supplements for everything. But now that they're...
Vitamin D is really important for a load of things, but for mostly its metabolism of calcium and phosphate, which is involved in bones. And if your vitamin D levels are low, you can't lay down calcium in the bones, and your bones get more brittle. Problem with that, though, this is where it all comes into buying supplements and knowing which ones to buy. If you just take vitamin D alone, vitamin D3, it can be deposited in the wrong areas. So it can be deposited in your blood vessels, which can contribute to cardiovascular disease.
Oh, wow.
So if you're looking for a vitamin D supplement, you want one with D3 and a vitamin called K2, because K2 regulates the proteins that are involved in vitamin calcium deposition. So it's not just a case of going online and going, vitamin D, that'll do. You've got to know why you're taking it and which formulation you're taking.